share with us, what do you know about Hezekiah Tunnel? What questions do you have? And we hope to answer those questions with the tour today. I want to highlight that this tour is the result of my own research, my wife's research, and also we were kind of blessed to be able to go to Israel in 2023, right? A couple of, I think a year or two after the pandemic. And we were fortunate enough to be able to go to Israel a few months before the war. And we thank Jehovah many, many times that um, we were not caught in the middle of the conflict. So I just want to say that you don't have to unnecessarily put yourself in danger now, because now we have the Patterson Museum in Patterson, New York. So if you haven't been to Bethel, I can also help you there. I'm going to share my screen so that you can see what I'm talking about. So I work for this company uh, that is owned by brothers, and they were the ones who took me to Israel. And you're going to see the video from that. The job of the company is to make sure we bring everyone to Bethel, because every Jehovah's Witness should have the opportunity to visit the branch and see the name behind the organization. Primarily, we have many trips to US Bethel, and if you have a passport, we can also take you to Canada and enjoy Niagara Falls. We have international trips, and your congregation, your groups, we can help you organize cruises so that you guys can go as a group. So I'm gonna go to group travel, right? Because that's what we do. We take a lot of people to certain places, and you see that we have Bethel and we have international. And I'm going to put this in the chat if any one of you would like to visit and find out. My wife works on Mondays and on Fridays. If you want to talk to her, you can call those 2 days. Or if you want to talk to any of our sisters that answers the phone, you can call anytime. And the number is right there on the screen. In fact, I'm gonna copy it in case you guys want to call. Copy. And of course, friends, you can go to Bethel by yourself. That we're not saying we're the only way to get to Bethel. You can get your own airfare, you can get your own rental car, you can drive in New York, you can get your own hotel, and you can go to the different Bethel facilities. All we are saying is it is a lot easier and cheaper if you do it in a group. And the association of people who are using their own money to visit Bethel guarantees that the association is going to be very, very good. Because anybody who decides to spend money to go to Bethel is a spiritual person. So 2026, I think is almost sold out. I think there's only one trip. Oh yeah, all of these are 2027. 2027 trips. We only have one for 2026, which is August 15. It's about a month from now. You get $100 off, um, and you can put up to 4 people in a room. So if you want to save, travel with someone. Get a roommate. For the internationals, we have several trips. My wife and I are going to Peru this September. It's already sold out. And since we're gonna be in Dominican Republic, because my wife and I are moving there for family reasons. You guys can join us in Punta Cana in um, the first week of February, where when it's cold here, we're asking you to change snow for sand. We also are inviting you to go to Italy in May. Beautiful country. We're gonna run up and down. We're gonna do a big circle in Italy. We're gonna go to a lot of places. Or you can join us and we're gonna go to London, Scotland, and Ireland. And that's gonna be a trip of the lifetime. So those are the trips that I wanted to show you in case you were interested in traveling with us. Well, this is the tour that I'm about to share with you. Let me get it started. Presenters view. Yeah, go into full screen mode. Wait, don't get started. Don't get started. Let me make sure that I am sharing with sound. Give me 1 second. Because if you don't share with sound, there's no point of sharing. Share sound, optimize video for sharing. Okay, here we go. Okay, and I'm gonna go present view, and we're gonna go to the beginning. Welcome Let me to know another if you're able to episode hear me. Of Together with Stan. We have a fantastic series of videos that we want to share with you. About 3 years ago, we were fortunate enough to visit Israel before the war. And because of that, we were able to visit some iconic places that I'm pretty sure you are going to enjoy. In the first episode, we are going to be talking about Hezekiah's tunnel and the impact of that marvelous construction. Then more episodes are going to be released with time, but we hope that you truly enjoy our visit. Let's enjoy this experience together and let the episode begin. Join us. Come on. Welcome to the city of David, previously known as the city of the Jebusites. We're going to go now to Hezekiah's tunnel to understand better the plan that David used to conquer the city. Beneath the street of Jerusalem lies one of the greatest engineering achievements of the ancient world. A tunnel carved through solid rock more than 2,700 years ago. It was built in secrecy. It was constructed during a time of fear, time of war, and time of survival. But astonishingly, described in the Bible centuries before archaeologists rediscovered it. This is the story of King Hezekiah, a king caught between faith and invention. A hidden water tunnel beneath Jerusalem, and the inscription that stunned the archaeological world. How the ancient workers, digging from opposite ends, meet in the darkness beneath a mountain. Was this really the tunnel described in the Bible? And why do engineers today still marvel at what was accomplished beneath Jerusalem nearly 3 millennia ago? This is the story of Hezekiah's tunnel.
Welcome.
So friends, in order for us to understand the tunnel, we first need to understand the king behind the tunnel. Hezekiah was the king of Judah during one of the most dangerous periods in biblical history. He ruled Jerusalem around the late 8th century BCE. The northern kingdom of Israel had already fallen to the mighty Assyrian Empire. And you could imagine the level of stress that this may have caused Hezekiah. He knew what was happening because he was getting the reports from the different lands. The majority of the people did not know. That's why they were living a normal life. But Hezekiah knew what was happening. He knew what he was approaching. And when Sennacherib actually showed up and started talking in Hebrew, what he was going to do, then the rest of the nation is now aware and fear can take over. The Bible says that Hezekiah took those threatened letters and he took them to Jehovah. And he also took action. It wasn't only reading the Bible, also to take action. And he instructed the nation to store grain, to fix the wall, but they have one problem. It's the water. How do we get the water that is on the outside of the city inside the city? That is the biggest problem that we need to fix. And he didn't know how to fix it, but he started the project anyway. And he told the people, let's build that tunnel. We don't know exactly how long the tunnel took to build. We don't know how long it took the Assyrians from destroying the northern tribes and actually conquering Israel. We don't know how long did that take. So keep that in mind as I now will show you the next piece of this puzzle. Please hold. Give me 1 second. Thing happened to my presentation. Maybe are you working on my presentation? No? Mm. Give me 1 second, guys. I was working on this and I don't see none of the work that I did. Okay. Okay. Not a problem. Not a problem. I always have a plan B. Something happened to my presentation, but I have a backup. Please hold. So now you have the introduction Oh, what happened? Let me show you now. Okay, I'm gonna show you separate videos that I prepare, and because something happened to my presentation, I worked all day today, and now it's just disappeared. It erased everything I did. So take a look at this and let me know what you think. Here we go.
Come to the city of David, previously known as the city of the Jebusites. We're going to go now to Hezekiah's tunnel to understand better the plan that David used to conquer the city. Beneath the street of Jerusalem lies one of the greatest engineering achievements of the ancient world, a tunnel carved through solid rock more than 2,700 years ago. It was built in secrecy. It was constructed during a time of fear, time of war, and time of survival. But astonishingly, described in the Bible centuries before archaeologists rediscovered it. This is the story of King Hezekiah, a king caught between faith and invention, a hidden water tunnel beneath Jerusalem, and the inscription that stunned the archaeological world. How the ancient workers digging from opposite ends meet in the darkness beneath a mountain. Was this really the tunnel described in the Bible? And why do engineers today still marvel at what was accomplished beneath Jerusalem nearly 3 millennia ago? This is the story of Hezekiah's tunnel. To understand the tunnel, we first need to understand the king behind it. Hezekiah was king of Judah during one of the most dangerous periods in biblical history. He ruled Jerusalem around the late 8th century BCE. The northern kingdom of Israel had already fallen to the mighty Assyrian Empire. Entire cities were destroyed, nations disappeared, and now Assyria was marching south towards Judah. The Bible describes Hezekiah as one of Judah's most faithful kings. According to the biblical account, he restored worship in Jerusalem and trusted in Jehovah during a time of a national crisis. But faith alone will not stop an invading empire. Jerusalem faced a terrifying reality. The city's primary water source, the Gihon Spring, was located outside the city walls. In a siege, that meant a disaster. If Assyria controlled the spring, Jerusalem will die of thirst. Hezekiah needed a solution, and he needed one fast.
All right, all right, all right. Can anybody help me read the second book of Kings? Second book of Kings, and we're going to be reading chapter 20. Raise your hand if you can help me read the second book of Kings, chapter 20 and verse 20. And let's see what the Bible has to say. Let me see who's raising the hand. Let's call Carla. Carla, are you able to see my screen?
Yes, can you hear me?
Loud and clear.
Okay, so Second Kings 20, verse 20,
Mhm.
it says, as for the rest of the history of Hezekiah, all his mightiness and how he made the pool and the conduit and brought the water into the city, is it not written in the book of the history of the times of the kings of Judah?
Very good. Thank you, Sister Carla, for that very good reading. Why are we reading this verse? We're reading this verse because at one point or another, people doubted that was actually, this actually took place. People thought that the Bible was just stretching reality or being creative with what was done year past. As the first part said at the beginning, if Assyria controlled the spring, Jerusalem will die of thirst. Hezekiah needed a solution and he needed one fast. But who were the Assyrians and why should we be worried about them?
The Assyrians were the superpower of the ancient Near East. Their armies were feared for brutality, siege warfare, and psychological terror. Under King Sennacherib, Assyria swept across the region, destroying rebellious cities. Archaeological discoveries from Nineveh even depict the destruction of Lachish, one of Judah's major cities. Jerusalem was next. The Bible says Hezekiah prepared the city for invasion by strengthening defenses and securing the water supplies. This will become one of the most ambitious engineering projects of the ancient world.
Now, I invite you to go to your own copy of the Bible and to confirm that this is not Hollywood good scripting. This actually took place. The Hezekiah's tunnel takes place between the book of Kings and the book of Chronicles. Those two books will give you more detail about Hezekiah's tunnel. Can I get a volunteer to read second book of Chronicles, chapter 32, and we're going to read verse 3 and 4. And we're going to invite Diana Gonzalez.
Hello?
I could hear you.
Okay, you said chapter 32,
Yes, ma'am.
3 and 4? Okay,
Yes, ma'am.
all right. He decided after consulting with his prince and his warriors to stop up the waters of the springs outside the city, and they gave him their support. Many people were gathered together, and they stopped up all the springs and the stream that flowed through the land, saying, why should the kings of Assyria come and find plenty of water?
Mhm. Thank you, Sister Gonzalez, for that great reading. So, friends, we are setting up the environment of what's about to take place. The northern tribes have already collapsed. They're going down for Judah. Hezekiah tried to send a gift to stop, but the gift just make them feel more angry at them. So Hezekiah decided to do something that, from the human point of view, would have been impossible to do. How can you bring water from the outside to the inside of Jerusalem? How? Well, take a look at part 3 of our story.
Hezekiah's engineers devised an extraordinary plan. Instead of allowing water to remain exposed outside the city, they will redirect it underground through solid limestone bedrock. The tunnel will carry water from the Gihon Spring to the Pool of Siloam inside Jerusalem's defenses. The tunnel stretches roughly 533 meters, or about 1,750 feet. But what makes it truly remarkable is how it was built. Two teams of workers began digging from opposite ends. Deep underground, without modern surveying tools, without electricity, without GPS, yet somehow they met in the middle. The tunnel twists and curves unexpectedly. For years, scholars wonder why. Modern geological studies suggest the workers may have followed a natural crack in the rock while using sound to guide one another. Imagine the scene. Complete darkness, suffocating heat, water rising around their feet, men striking stone for months or maybe years, hoping the voices they heard through the rock were actually real.
So you have the story, you have the Bible, but is this actually true? Did this actually take place exactly as the Bible mentioned? For centuries, nobody knew about the existence of the tunnel. Nobody. Until a little boy found it. Come with me and let's enjoy this piece, which was discovered fairly recent. It was recovered in the 1880s, so about a century ago. Let me show you part 4, titled The Inscription.
And came the discovery that electrified archaeologists. In 1880, a young boy exploring the tunnel noticed strange writing carved into the wall. It became known as the Siloam inscription, one of the oldest known Hebrew inscriptions ever discovered. The inscription describes the dramatic moment when the two teams finally met underground. This was not a legend. This was a first-hand engineering record carved nearly 2,700 years ago. The inscription confirms the tunnel was excavated by two teams working towards one another. It is one of the most powerful moments where archaeology and the biblical world intersect.
Amazing, isn't it? How Jehovah revealed his plan at the appropriate time. Where are the ones who were criticizing the Bible as being too fictitious or a fiction book? This inscription, which is now located in Turkey, prove that this tunnel was built by human hands, and it was built to actually provide a doorway of salvation to the nation when the Assyrians were going to invade it. But the question that most people ask is, Stalin, we understand it was King Hezekiah who ordered the construction. but do you have a name of who was the engineer? For that, I'm going to play the next portion. Who was the engineer? And let's see if we have an answer.
But who designed this masterpiece? The Bible does not name the engineer. His identity has been lost to history. Yet, whoever directed the project possesses extraordinary knowledge of geology, water flow, and underground excavation. Some scholars believe teams communicated acoustically through cracks in the limestones. Others suggest surface team guided the diggers from above. Either way, the precision remains astonishing. Even modern engineers are impressed by what was accomplished, what was achieved with Iron Age tools.
Are you surprised that we don't know the identity of who built the tunnel? Of course not. Jehovah is the one that deserves all the credit. He was the one that was able to make this miracle happen. When archaeology matches what the Bible says, then something beautiful happens. You have history on the side of the Bible. And that is, ladies and gentlemen, a very powerful mix. Let's see why.
One reason Hezekiah's tunnel fascinates historians is because the archaeology aligns so closely with the biblical account. The tunnel does exactly that. It redirects water from the Gihon spring into the city. The biblical books of Kings and Chronicles describe the project centuries before archaeologists uncovered the evidence. Most scholars date the tunnel to Hezekiah's reign in the late 8th century BCE during the Assyrian crisis. Though some debate exists regarding the exact dating, the overwhelming historical connection between Hezekiah's and Jerusalem water system remains very compelling.
Please join me in reading the second book of Chronicles. Again, we're going to go to chapter 32, but now we're going to read verse 20. Let's ask Ernest to read the second book of Chronicles, chapter 32, verse 20.
But King Hezekiah and the prophet Isaiah, the son of Amos, kept praying about this and crying out to the heavens for help.
Mm-hmm. So, when we read this, what conclusion do we come to? That it was Jehovah who came down, so to speak. It was Jehovah who took care of all of this. If you continue reading, you can see that the angel of Jehovah wiped out every mighty warrior. And this is where the 185,000 army was completely annihilated. And the tunnel was completed as well. All the footage that I am showing you today, they were taken by my wife. I am afraid of heights. And I couldn't go in that deep. So I only record the first part where you see the entrance. but we worked together to prepare this for you. So, why is the tunnel so impressive? Let's see.
Why is Hezekiah's tunnel still considered extraordinary? Well, because it represents a level of engineering far beyond what many expected from the ancient world. Workers carved through hundreds of meters of solid rock underground with primitive tools, maintaining a subtle downward slope that still allow waters to flow today. Tunnel's gradient changes only slightly over its entire length. Too steep and the water will rush dangerously. Too shallow and it will stagnate. Yet the system worked, and remarkably still works after nearly 3,000 years. Hezekiah's tunnel is not merely an archaeological site. It is living history.
Obviously, if you are claustrophobic, then I wouldn't recommend to see Hezekiah's tunnel. And that's why we love and appreciate the technology of Zoom, where you guys can travel from the comfort of your house without having to deal with narrow places, walking. This is the conclusion of the matter.
Empires have risen and fallen. Armies have vanished. Kings have turned to dust. But beneath Jerusalem, the waters still flow, quietly moving through the stone carved by humans nearly 27 years ago. A hidden tunnel born from fear, survival, and determination. A monument to faith, ingenuity, and one of the greatest engineering achievements of the biblical world. This was Hezekiah's tunnel, and its story still echoes beneath Jerusalem today.
Well, I want to thank all of you for joining me tonight. We have some technical glitches that usually happens in any place. I wanted to show you a few things that you should know. And it starts after I thought I lost it, I found it, but it was too late. I was already showing it to you the other way. So this is me leaving Florida to go down to the airport. It's one of those long flights where you're traveling with Muslims and Jewish people. We left New York and the flight was about 16 hours. Again, this was in 2023. And one of the things that we enjoy the most is the amount of artifacts that they have.
Welcome to the city of David.
Yes, that you
previously known.
You guys already saw that. So, friends, thank you for joining us today. I hope you like what you see. We did something completely different of what you have seen before, and we have a lot more to show you. Let me share with you. Give me 1 second. We're trying to make the tour more interactive, but we also want to give you that feeling of traveling, of going places without leaving the comfort of your house. So I want to invite you to another tour. Let's see if I can show you what's coming. The next tour that I will be presenting, and you can come to this tour even if you are not planning to travel. It's just a learning process for you to be exposed to different cultures, different countries. So on Sunday, the 19th, I guess this Sunday, I will do a virtual presentation with a live question and answer about our visit to the Dominican Republic. And we invite you to really join us on Sunday. It's at 8 o'clock, right? Let me see. Yeah, it's at 8 o'clock on Sunday, and it would allow you to learn more about Dominican Republic. And by the way, friends, I have this program before the broadcasting was shared. If you haven't seen the broadcast for this month, I want you to take a look so that you can be ready for Sunday. If you have watched the broadcast, then you will understand um, how I feel so happy and proud that the country where I was born is being recommended as to go and serve where the need is greater. This trip is from January the 30th to February the 7th, one of the coldest day on the East Coast. And this is the paradise that you're going to see over there. You're going to have time to go to the beach, but like I mentioned before, you'll have time to preach in seldom work territory. You also have time to uh, go and support the English group that is there. The friends will be extremely happy, and you will have time to do group activities like riding horses, on going on 4x4, and shopping and so forth. I wanted to share with you that we have a roommate arrangement in which if you and a friend can share a room, and as you can see on the images, the rooms are gigantic. Let me see if I can show you the room. What is the name of the hotel? Dreams Macau Punta Cana. Dreams Macau Beach Resort Punta Cana. There you go. So I wanted to show you this so that you can see how big the rooms are. Let me see. Oh, these are all the amenities of the hotel, pool. They even have a toboggan. Let me see. Okay. So, friends, if you decide to share a room, look how big the beds are. And the rooms are gigantic. They're really big. You can have one room. Well, if you can have one bed, like a wedding bed or just a matrimony bed, or you can have a double bed, and that way you can share with your friends. Because if you share the room, then the price goes a lot cheaper. Then it's only 2,800. And to be honest with you, in an all-inclusive, all your meals are included, all the transportation are included, everything is included. The only thing that's not included is the airfare. Let me show you also the other hotel, Catalonia Santo Domingo. And we're gonna go to the branch. Catalonia Santo Domingo. Yep, that's the one I wanted to go. It's a beautiful hotel in the capital, Santo Domingo, close to the branch, the hotel is in front of the ocean. Great food for sure. The rooms are very big. And again, some rooms will have one bed, but we always request a room with two beds so that friends can share the room. There you go, two beds, and they could lower the cost. Because when we travel in groups, then it's a lot cheaper. So that's what I wanted to show you. I had another album. Uh, we also go to the branch of Jehovah's Witnesses where you can. Oh, by the way, those who saw me yesterday, I was preaching. I was preaching. I just happened to go inside to uh, refresh myself, and as we were passing, we were meeting a lot of friends, and we were taking pictures with them. We had a blast just watching all the friends. We were not looking for nobody, but I guess we found a lot of people, and that made our day even better. Thank you for stopping by, and all the people that wrote to me today. Hey, were you at the convention yesterday? I'm like, yes, I was. How do you know? Oh, we saw you. I'm like, anyway, what is it that I'm going to show you? The visit to the branch. Because when we visit to the branch, we will visit the museum, and we will also eat nearby, and you can also enjoy it. And by the way, you see all these videos that I have here, they are from different places that I have traveled around the world. I'm going to prepare a virtual tour, just like Hezekiah, so that you friends can enjoy it and travel around the world. And they're completely free. So I am looking for, okay, this is some of the videos from the branch of Jehovah's Witnesses. There you go, Santo Domingo. They had a special convention in the year 2024, and that's the video of the branch where we're going to visit. Let me see if I can show you. Oh, that's in the capital. And obviously, we're gonna take you to the beach. We're gonna have a good time. Okay, here's the museum. Oh, there you go. There you go. Centro de Visitantes. Okay, so that's what I wanted to show you, friends. So there are more tours coming your way, tours about every place that I have been. And thank you for the idea. It was somebody who called me and said, "Hey, Stalin, why don't you do a tour about traveling and share with us your tips?" So continue to share my email with the friends. We have more tours coming your way, and you can travel the world. For example, Ed Salazar just finished showing this. I finished showing this. I may repeat this tour because we have some technical glitches today. But the next tour is on the 18th, Beyond the Beach. And this is a tour about Dominican Republic. Why am I doing it? Because everybody believes the Dominican Republic is a spiritual paradise. And it is. You saw it in the broadcast. Or if you haven't seen it, go ahead and see it. But I also wanted to show you the persecution that Jehovah's Witnesses had to endure when the work started over there. So it is really a privilege that Jehovah won. And what used to be a nightmare because of the persecution now is a total preaching paradise. And this is on Saturday the 18th. If you if you were invited to this tour, um, please put your email on the chat so I can add you to our list. So we're gonna do a tour about Dominican Republic. We're gonna do a tour about London, Scotland, and Ireland. And we're gonna talk about the King James Version, the Bible. And we're also gonna do a tour about Italy and its connection. And my dear friend from Egypt, he's gonna do a tour about the Nile River. So join us, friends. We have lots of interesting tours. We're going to be traveling around the world, and it's not going to cost you a penny. Well, they don't make pennies anymore, but it's going to be hope upbuilding from all of you. So now let me invite some of the friends who have comments. Michelle. Michelle Hamilton. Let's invite Kimberly Jones. How about Ernest?
Well, again, thank you, my brother. I think I might have seen this before, but I always like watching again. And really, I personally thank you for these tours. We learned so much. And like I said, it's amazing how you saw Jehovah's hand in it, how they were able to meet. And again, the feats, that you said they didn't have the modern tools that we have today. And it took a lot of discernment on King Hezekiah's part, but the fact that he trusted in Jehovah and, Jehovah gave him the direction, which direction to go. But I always like these tours and keep up the good work, my brother. May Jehovah continue to bless you and your wife.
Thank you. Thank you. And Ernest, you have seen almost all of our tours, right?
Yes.
Today's tour was a little different from the other ones. Did you notice the difference?
Yes, I noticed the difference. It was like, yeah, I did notice the difference from the other tours. Yes.
Yeah. In this tour, we actually went to the location. We actually recorded the video, and we're
Mhm.
telling you the story almost live from the place. And that's what we're going to be doing in the next couple of tours that
Oh,
I'm going to.
nice.
Yes, yes. For example, I told you we have a trip to Italy, right? So let me show you. Let me show you all the video that we have about Italy. And you could imagine what that tour is going to be like because we were there. And when you go there, it makes it easier for you to share. And Italy, it's like a Bible land. They have a lot of history. So there you go. You see the Colosseum, right? And there's another building, important building. Then we're in front of the fountain, and we got a lot more um, video of Bible places in Rome. Because, that's where Paul died in Rome. So we hope to keep you guys entertained and making learning fun by taking you to the places we have been. Let's invite Sister Swinger,
Yes, can you hear me okay?
loud and clear.
I'd like to also thank you for your enthusiastic effort to share your experience to encourage us. And my
Yeah.
question was about the tunnel.
Mhm.
Do you happen to know how is it being used today, as well as the water in it, since they're allowing people to walk through it?
Yes. Well, today the tunnel is more of a living archaeology proof that Jehovah, at one point or another, favor the Israelites. Um, the water is very clean. The water is extremely cold. But because of modern technology, they don't need to use water from that spring. But
Oh,
but at the end of the tunnel, and I guess I didn't show it much, because that's part of another tour, is the pool where the sick used to go in. Remember
Yes.
in the uh, Jesus, the good news according to Jesus,
Yes.
that's where that water used to go to that pool.
Okay.
Yeah,
Thank you.
not a problem. Again, friends, if you were invited to this tour, that means I don't have your email. If you put your email on the chat, then I can add you to my email address, and I can send you invitations to other tours, coming tours. Well, thank you very much for joining. I hope you like the new tour style that we have, where we show you actual video from location. We use AI when we cannot imagine how it was before, but the combination of actual video and AI can give you a feeling of actually traveling there. I wanted to show you one more thing, friends, because people are asking me, Stalin, how do we make a donation? Because before we used to make donations at the end of the tour. Well, you have two ways of doing it, two ways of showing thanks. You can go to our website, right? And our website has a store, and what we share at that store is things to start conversation. You see, if you wear a t-shirt that says best life ever, someone's going to ask you, what are you talking about? Or if you wear a t-shirt that says never stop learning, a lot of people will approach you and thank you, because that's what people have told me when they see this t-shirt. Whether it is a t-shirt, whether it is a tote bag, just tell the world that you belong to the best organization in the world. So if you are a member of our YouTube channel, then I am going to send you a premium version of tonight's tour. It's a little bit longer, it has more video, it has more animation, and you guys can truly enjoy it. The virtual tours will always be free, but if you want to watch a premium quality version of our tour, then let me know. How long was it to walk through the tunnel? Um, it was 25 of us, and not all of us went, so I guess it was 20. I guess let me ask my wife to be 100% sure. Honey, how long did it take to go through beginning to end the tunnel? 30 minutes. And it was 30 minutes because it was 20 of us and we were one after each other. Is that long? Okay. Yeah. Is 30 minutes, Elaine? Was it Elaine that asked the question? I was Lorraine. Lorraine, it takes 30 minutes from beginning to end. 30 minutes. Anyway, if you become a member of our YouTube channel, you will always be able to watch the recording of our tour. So if you miss our tour, you can actually watch it and you can see some of the tours already there. So thank you, friends, for the support tonight. Jehovah's